All right, welcome to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. Again, I talk about what it is that they do with Pam and the kids and how she mistreat the kids. And she's been gone for hours, left the kids home by themselves while they were sleeping, did not even call them to make sure that they're okay. So I've been calling them almost from the time they got up at least once every hour. Okay. Now, our daughter, right, when her in the house, swallowed a quarter, almost killed herself, right, to where she had to get she had to get surgery to remove the quarter out of her throat. Okay. All right, hold on a sec. I have my son on. I just want to prove to you guys again. All right. So Ethan, your mother has not called you all day since she left. Ethan, your mother didn't call you at all. Oh, just now she texts you. Okay. I wonder why. Uh, but it texting you, she should have called you. She should call you to make sure that you guys are okay. And on top of that, she did not make you guys any breakfast before she left. Ethan, she did not make you guys any breakfast before she left. What did you guys eat? What did you eat? Huh? You didn't eat anything. Okay. Um. All right. Let me call you back in a few minutes. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is what they've been doing to try to silence me from not exposing her and what it is that she's doing. Because again, she's back to that old behavior. She's always been at that in that old behavior. Okay. Now yesterday, like I said, every time I call, she would pick up the phone, right? And so I said to my daughter, I said, why don't you call your grandmother? Okay, because I know usually her grandmother, Pam's mother, would call my daughter to speak to her, right? So for whatever reason, Ethan doesn't have his grandmother's phone number. Uh, their grandmother's phone, the Pam mother's phone number, is no longer on the house phone. Okay, so clearly to me, it doesn't seem like she wants, uh, Alyssa to call her mother or her mother call and have the phone number on the call ID. Okay, how you leave your kids sleeping? On top of that, yesterday she let them sleep all day. Okay, and am I sorry for doing this? No, because again, this is our kids. Okay, she's destroying the future of our kids. Right? I had asked her numerous times, please uh, help Alyssa with her spring break homework package. See, when I'm there during the week, if I was like when I was there last week, I made sure they read, they study. I helped Alyssa with some of the work in the homework package, but I couldn't do all of it. Right? And I specifically called Pam and asked her, I said, hey, can you make sure that she does at least the majority of it? Okay? She was like, yeah, yeah, I'll do it. Non existent. All of a sudden, she gets a call, whoever she's, whatever, hey, come see me Sunday. Right? That's what she's thinking about. That's what she's all about. So she let these kids sleep all day yesterday, then again today. And I specifically asked her last night to please turn off, I said to her, can you go and physically turn off their computers? I guess she never did that. Okay? I guess she never did that. Right? So not even a phone call, but a text. Okay? And then, this is not what a concern, but again, this is how black women are being, European women are being conditioned. And it's not just her. It's not just her. These women would leave their kids by themselves to go hang out or spend time with some man or whoever it is that they've seen. Okay? And not even call to see if their kids are okay. Oh, I'll just send them a text. You know, and on top of that, if you a man, like I know if I'm dating any woman and she has kids, you know, first of all, if she doesn't have a babysitter, okay, I don't care if uh, the kids are, uh, first of all, if the kids are under 15 years old, you shouldn't leave them in the house by themselves, not for no long stretch of hours. If you're going to the store, you might go to the groceries for an hour or so, that's fine, okay? But she's left the kids at home by themselves half the day and all night, okay? And yet, like I said, if I'm dating a woman and she has kids and I'm with her and she doesn't even call to check on her kids, regardless of whether she have a babysitter, I'm like, yo, I can't date you no more because your priority is not your children. Your priority is on you having fun. Okay. And on top of that, if you're not even concerned about your kids' education, that you ignore them, even though they're failing, and you do nothing to try to correct it, but then you try to put it on me, the father, or the fathers, right? When the kids live with you, okay? And I see them every other week. And then when it suits you, oh, you can come see them. Like, I think they're supposed to be off from school next Friday. Oh, the kids off from school next Friday. You can come see them. No, it's my weekend. Okay. But like I said, there are times when it's like, no, I don't want you when I'm not, I don't want you in my house when I'm not there. They will only do things to suit themselves. Right. That's it. They don't give a damn about their children. And clearly she don't. And she think just because she work and she puts a roof over their head, that's enough. I may take them on vacation once a year. That's enough. Okay. But would know everything else. Ignore their mental health. Like I spoke to her the other day, I said to her, listen, you need to get therapy. You talking about Alyssa need therapy, our daughter need therapy? No, you need therapy because the condition that your house is in is the reason why these kids have is going to have uh, serious mental issues. They already drop things on the floor and don't pick it up. They already don't like to clean up. Hey, they're dropping stuff outside. These people are funny. They were like kicking buckets or throwing buckets outside the window, like whatever. Anyhow, they they hate when I tell the truth. But this is the dysfunction. This is the dysfunction that have been conditioned into the minds of black women, and I hear the police sirens out there. Because again, when I'm speaking the truth, telling the truth, they don't like the truth, right? They're the ones, these white supremacists within the police department, these white supremacists in black skin that work that in the police department and in the religious institution, okay? Because they are not going to let go of their cash cows, right? They are not going to uh, have black women start listening to their husbands or to their to the man who wants to see them do good, who wants to see them succeed in a positive way, right? Okay. See, the older you get, the more wise you're supposed to become, right? And the notion that you have all these European women talking about how smart they are and how perfect they are, right? When the decision that they make, have made, and are making is opposite of what an intelligent person would do, of what a so-called educated person would do, right? And that they are sacrificing the lives of their children for their selfish need and selfish wants because they don't want their children to do better than them. They don't want their children to see better than them. to be better than them. They don't want their children to know the truth. Okay, this is the mental illness that a lot of Negropean women carry, and because they feed off each other BS, they co-sign each other BS. And anyone that's telling them the truth, they say, "Boy, well, you're negative." Okay, so this is what's been going on. Okay, this is what's been going on. The uh, manipulation of black women, the destruction of their mindset. Okay, today, black women, Negropean women are the most materialistic of all other women. Okay, they're buying Balenciaga, they're buying all this Gucci, red bottoms, right? And the older they get, they're not becoming wiser. They are not becoming wiser. Sorry to say it. I see it within the women within my own family. I see it within the mothers of, uh, you know, these kids. I was just telling somebody the other day. I said, I was walking, coming home on my block, and I see this woman coming out of a building, grown woman now, it must be in her 30s, and she's wearing a see-through dress with a thong panties on, and in broad daylight. These are the type of images in which these Negropean women love to display, and then they love to talk about how they believe in God, and they're the most Christian. The most Christian. They got the cross around their neck. Look, I'm not saying you got to be perfect, but come on. Like, I know it's hard for them to wake up. That's why I said, as black men, we have to do our due diligence to try and wake our sisters up before it's too late. They are being manipulated. They are being used. Okay, and it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And like I said, you know, you think this is new. This is not new. This is not new. Okay, where are we at here? All right. Like I said, this is not new. Okay. This year, March 10th, Texas mother arrested after leaving two kids at home alone for 2 months. Okay, 2 months. And you think this is it? There's more, and it goes way back. Okay, way back. Here you go again. Another woman. Okay, leaves her kids. Six kids under the age of 10 by themselves. Right? Because that's what they want to do. They want to go out there and have fun. Right? They want to go out there and have all the fun. Don't give a damn about their kids. Okay, and I'm pointing this stuff up because you know I've been trying to tell this woman you cannot do that for the longest while, and I keep saying to her, clean up your house, clean up your house. I again made a deal with her. She wanted to go to this wedding. I said, okay, you know what? I will watch the kids at your house for the 2 days you going to this wedding in Florida, but you have to clean up your house. You don't have to be spotless. I said because it's triggering to me every time I come in there and I see the house like that. It's triggering, and then at times I find myself cleaning, picking up stuff, and I don't want to go back to that. Okay, I used my back, my legs used to hurt so much for me constantly having to, keep cleaning up, bending down, picking up stuff. Okay, I mean it is ridiculous. All right, so like I said, this is another woman again, constantly seeing our sisters do this because again of the conditioning, because of their bad circumstance, their bad choices, and I don't blame them fully. I've always said that I don't blame us as a people fully, but when you have people that care, that is telling you, hey, you shouldn't do this, they don't want to hear it, and they refuse to go and get treatment, but they will always tell us black men, oh, you crazy, oh, you need to go see a therapist, right? When they are the ones that need the most therapy between them and us, for the simple fact that they don't want to accept the reality because they can't. Okay, because they can't. I mean, it's ridiculous. It really is. And again, they don't want to listen. Okay, and I mean, it is ridiculous that these kids have to go through this. But it's ridiculous. Here again, working mom arrested for letting her 9-year-old play alone at park. As I said, working mom arrested. I hear. Okay, in the background. These women, you know, but this is what they do. Another woman, okay? I mean, you know, the amount of things like this. All you can do is just do a Google search. Just do a Google search. You'll see tons of these women doing stuff like this. Okay? And in the building that Pam live in, they already had 2 fires of people falling asleep and leaving stuff on the stove. Okay, I mean, it's ridiculous. It really is. But they've been eh, they've been protected by those white supremacists and those white supremacists in blackface, the religious ones the ones who think that they're doing God's work, that they're God's warrior. They're a bunch of dumbasses. That's what they are. Okay, they're not doing God's work. They're doing their own dark triad personality work. That's what they're doing. Cult leaders. I mean, these people belong to religious organization who think that they are anointed by a so-called God, right? So it's okay for them to commit evil, right? Because they believe, and they have the nerve to call us Ti crazy, right? I mean, I gotta laugh at this. They have the nerve to look because what we exposing and this is what they're doing. That we are the crazy ones when they're the crazy ones. Okay, and particularly for my people who suffered the worst outcome. Okay, okay. I mean, it's crazy. So many of us are um, being put through these coercive persuasion program. Okay, we're being psychologically manipulated using technology, using psychological tactics and methods for these people who are in a position of the authority, who are engaging in illegal criminal activities, who see themselves as uh, God's punishers of evil when they're the one committing the most evil. We see it. Even the white supremacists and black faces, and they're the worst. They are the worst. Like the five that beat up, that killed that young man because he was seeing his ex, one of the police officers' ex girlfriend. And these people call themselves Christians. But you know what? When you look at the behavior of Christians, yeah, they are Christians because they act contrary and opposite to what they claim they believe and what they preach. They will use scripture to justify their wickedness and their evil. They will tell you that God's law supersedes man's law. Instead of uh, holding an oath to the Constitution, they lie. They put their hand on the Bible. You see, you can't put your hand on the Bible and then say you uphold the Constitution. No, you put your hands on the Constitution when you take that oath, not the Bible. Okay, because you are beholden to that book and your interpretation of that book, because everybody got their own interpretation. Okay, and then they want to play matchmakers. I think my brother was telling me this. He was telling me a long time ago. Oh, they try to play matchmaker. Like for me, they always try to bring back into the fold of Christianity. Then after they heavily target me, they put me through what you call a blitz, psychological uh, blitz, right? And after I expose them, then they'll have family members walking around in the house every time I come out my bedroom looking at my sign. It just means life. Man, woman come together to create life, a child, the babies, children. Okay? I mean, you guys don't want to see. I actually have a picture with me wearing a cross. That's to tell you guys, right? So, uh, just to tell you guys, I'm gonna literally show you guys this. Okay? All right. You guys think I'm I'm kidding, making this up. I'm not making this up. Okay. Mm. See if I can find that picture. If I have that picture still. Oh, it's tucked in my shirt. Okay. Well, uh, thought I had a picture in there. Let me see. Um, okay. Well, I guess I got pictures of the chain, but not the pendant. So I guess I must have either got rid of those pictures. Probably did. It's like, anyhow. But back to what I was saying. And this is what they do in our community, right? These are destructive cults. That's who they are. They are destructive cults. And I talk about the book Cults and Omens. Okay. And again, we've had this problem before with these cults, right? But they've infiltrated organization, businesses, law enforcement. It's not just the white supremacists we have to worry about, okay? But the religious fanatics. That's what we also have to worry about. The religious fanatics, okay? They are a danger to the rest of us, to people who have common sense, okay? These people constantly seek division because what does their Bible tell them? What does they follow Christ, right? So what does Christ say? In order for you to be a disciple of Christ, you must hate the people around you. This is what Christ said. You must hate your mother, hate your father. Okay? And again, like I said, I don't just say these things just to say it. So again, you got to understand their mindset. You got to understand how religion has conditioned their mind. All right? So here you go. Luke 14:26. If any man comes to me and not hate his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sister, ye and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. Okay? So if you call yourself a believer in Christ and you accept Christ as your Lord and Savior, then you must hate everybody else and love Christ more. And love Jesus Christ more, I should say. See? You cannot be my disciple unless you love me more than you love your father, your mother. Your father and your mother is the one that created you. Your mother is the one that gave you life, that brought you into this world. Okay? Your wife, your children, how could you hate, how could you love anyone more than your own creation? All right? Including yourself. All right? And they're throwing bottles out the window. I gotta laugh because this shit is funny. Okay? This is what's happening here. This is the psychological infestation within the minds of Negropean men and women in which why we are so divided. Particularly my people. Do you think white people love Christ more than they love their own children? Hmm? Y'all talk about how y'all love Christ, but y'all really don't love Christ. Like I said, only when it suits you. Only when it suits you. Y'all love Paul more than y'all love Christ. Okay? You only love Christ when it comes to hating your mother and father, your brothers and sisters, those of us that look like you, when you hate yourself. You love white people more than you love Christ. Okay? So, these people, I'm trying to find the, let's see here. There we go. Okay. So, Margaret Thella Singer, not Margaret Sanger. Okay? Cults in our midst, the continued fight against their hidden menace. Forward by Robert J. Lifton. Okay? You guys should read this book. And what do we know about destructive cults? We know that the leaders are liars, deceivers. So if you're telling me that Satan is a deceiver of others, he lies. You belong to if you belong to a cult, particularly a destructive cult, you're not a Christian, right? If you love to talk about these Satanists, that's who you are. Okay, that's who you are because you don't understand anything in the Bible because you think the people in the Bible were alive, that they were real. So you don't know anything about the Bible. And when you use your religion to justify doing these things, you pick and choose which part of that you wanna that suits your narrative. You're not being honest. You're deceiving. You're liars. You're the devils. Okay? And all of your followers are liars, deceivers. Just as Paul, that he needs to lie, he needs to deceive, he needs to trick in order to bring you to Christ. You do the same to those of us who are awakened to the truth. You do the same to your followers. Religion is not about, particularly the religion today, it's not about saving anybody's soul or anything like that. It's about control, it's about deceiving, it's about extorting, it's about the murder, rape, pillage of anyone that they can control or make a profit out of. That is the purpose of religion, to control and to make the leaders wealthy. Okay? So while they're enjoying their heaven here on earth, they have you waiting till you die to be happy, right? And heaven that don't exist while you're ignoring your negative circumstance here on earth. So don't try to talk to me about your religious belief because you don't really believe it. Okay? Because you're contradictory, you're all hypocritical, and you're all ignorant. And it's funny how these people like to call us ignorant. See, we research, we look for the truth. We're not afraid to learn the truth. Okay? We don't participate in deceptive measures in order to make you believe what we know. We tell you go do the research yourself. And believe me, you can go look it up. Any religious scholar who are honest with themselves, when they go and research their religion, guess what? They all become an atheist. Okay? And just remember who they will call an atheist at first. These were the Christians in Alexandria who were the worshippers and followers of Serapis Christos, otherwise known as later on Jesus Christ. Okay? Because you see, in Rome, the Caesar was God. And anyone that did not believe the Caesar was God was called an atheist. It's funny how Christians like to turn shit around, particularly these modern day Christians within the past couple of hundred years. The Bible that you're reading was constructed recently. Okay? So it's a recent construction. All right? Go study. Go read the Septuagint, the Latin Vulgate. All right? The first Bible, English Bible ever translated, the Wycliffe, right? The Tisdale Bible. Go read those two. They only contain the New Testament. Okay? They did not add the Old Testament until we got the King James Version. That's a little history lesson for you. Go look it up. Anyhow, I'll talk to you guys in the next video.